And
And what
according to
about
YouTube, we're now live.
All right, good evening, everybody. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, 2026. It's 7:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I apologize for the slight delay. It's my fault. Just got
Oh,
some
not
test.
quite. You just didn't know I accidentally fell asleep and woke up barely in the nick of time.
Yeah, I was busy getting test results and you were sleeping. So
I fell
I
asleep, yeah. I'll
well,
take the blame.
that's okay because I guarantee you that you're going to be saying, "D, are you there?" I am so tired. I can't even keep my eyes open.
I
I
get
just,
it.
nope, this being sick bullshit just has had it. And then, you and I were talking and earlier, and then and you said to me, you're a week out of surgery. And I was like, oh, yeah, that does make a difference, doesn't it? So,
A big difference, believe
yeah,
it
it
or
does.
not.
Yeah, it explains a little bit. So,
Just a
yeah.
tiny, tiny bit.
Uh, yeah, dumbass. Oh,
Uh,
on goodness. And I'm
yeah.
freezing again. I better get up and go put the heater on now.
I'm gonna get everything sent out,
Okay.
notifications, because I literally was asleep.
Uh-huh.
Just woke up.
And while I'm at it, I better grab a drink. So hang with us, people, while we get our asses situated. Oh, fudge.
Don't fall.
No, I almost did because I forgot that I had the phone wrapped around me trying to get it charged.
Oh,
And
yeah.
luckily I didn't tramp on it.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, so let me throw the phone on the bed. I'll be right back, people. Oh, Pace, go lay down. Go see Daddy, please. Go.
Damn, I'm
Go.
so sorry. I'm congested.
So my, I just bought some of that Zyzol that you said to get. Oh, why did you?
Yes.
Hold on, people. I have to wrap up. He just left dinner uncovered on the table.
You didn't know
And
that's the way you're supposed to leave food when you're done cooking and eating?
I didn't know that.
Okay.
And do I have, what do I have to wrap it up with? It's all next door. Shit. Hey, Eric! Eric, you have to come bring me the plastic wrap because this food needs covered. I'm on the podcast screaming so everybody can hear us.
That should encourage some movement.
Yep, that's what happens when you're 4 rooms away. You have to scream. I feel like we should get an intercom, or at times, I have called them on the cell phone. Okay,
I have
now,
been known to text and call people when I can't get up.
uh-huh. Okay, now I'm back. I'm officially here, people, for however long till I pass out,
If I
which
don't
could be,
pass out first,
oh, don't yawn. You know
I
when you
had
yawn.
to. I haven't had caffeine since like
Oh,
noon. My body's exhausted.
yep. Oh,
And my son swears he didn't get his check.
I haven't.
I'm choking. Can you
I'm
calm
just
down?
saying it's gonna either be here later
I
today or
find it
by
hard to
Friday.
believe that a company hasn't paid on time.
Well, again, here's the thing. The payday is Friday. He gets it
Oh,
early because of his bank.
I see.
Hey, Blue
Well,
Rose.
hey, Blue.
So he could have gotten it anytime from like noon today until Friday is
Right.
when he can get his check.
Yeah,
So
so technically he really doesn't get paid till Friday.
yes, but they because of the bank he's at gives it 2 days early.
I see.
Yes.
That's, yeah, that's nice. But again, you shouldn't bank on that. You know what I mean?
Well,
You
we
shouldn't.
don't. We joke. I just harass them. Like, seriously, harass my family for all the bullshit they put me through. So I
You
harass them in
bull
this
crap you
way.
put me through.
Right.
Child, I have tolerated you from wiping your ass to this current behavior.
There you go. All right. Well, let's get started. We got a lot to cover.
Physical or
I
mental?
both. I hijacked the show again, so sorry.
Oh,
Oh wait.
yeah, I too.
So you said that this Zyzal doesn't make you sleepy, correct?
I've never had it make me drowsy. It
Okay.
claims it's non-drowsy. But
So
there's
this is
always
the
that one or two people who actually have that, like an adverse reaction like that, and it just makes them sleep, So I don't
well.
have that problem. They
Okay.
don't.
Well, I'm gonna take it now and try it.
You
They
should be okay.
claim, yeah, they claim that this is one of the better. Yeah. What's the word?
Antihistamines.
Thank you. And for allergies,
Now,
that's the
do
word.
take it daily during the seasonal change, and that
Yeah.
way it stays consistent in your body.
Okay.
So that's the one thing I do know is that taking it daily really does make a difference.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna give it a shot. So, what do we got up first?
Mm, hold on. Let me make sure they can see it too.
Okay.
Because as much as I set everything up and then fell asleep.
You know, right.
Let me, there they go. Now they can see it.
There we go. All
Oh,
right. So first up is President Trump has dropped a bombshell on Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, declaring that the Republican Party will not accept their demands for $1.5 trillion to fund health care for illegal aliens in order to reopen the government. Trump says it's a Democrat shutdown. Do you agree with him? Yes or no?
Go.
Do you want to play the video, Crazy B?
yes, I can. Let me. Where hands work. There we go.
The shutdown continues. The Republican Party's not going to pay $1.5 trillion to illegal immigrants coming into our country, coming in for a lot of reasons, coming in from prisons, from jails, from all over the place, from Venezuela, many countries. We're not going to do that. So the shutdown continues. It's a Democrat shutdown. It's a Schumer shutdown because his career has failed and it's over. I met with President Zelensky, as you know, today. So the shutdown.
Okay, so that's
Okay.
now going back to repeating.
Right. So what do you think, Crazy B? Do you think that they should continue to hold
Oh,
out?
yeah, Trump should absolutely call their bluff.
Okay.
I 100%. It's just so insane when you look back to the late 80s and the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is happening all over again.
Right.
We have a president that told Congress to go hide in a corner and play with themselves until they can behave.
Right.
And yeah, go play in the corner until you can behave. Go sit in that corner until you can behave. You shut up and go stand somewhere. No one's listening to you. That's
Mm-hmm.
fundamentally what Reagan did, historically speaking. Whether it was
Mm-hmm.
right or wrong, history will tell us eventually. But yeah. And it was again around the last time we had to deal with the Middle East on this extensive of a level where we went in
Right.
and just told them to pound sand, kicked them in the ass as we were sending them on their way.
Right.
It's not the first time, it won't be the last time. I pray it's the last time, but knowing history. So, I mean, look at even the styles of clothing and hair. It's all coming
Right.
back.
Yes,
So,
it is.
I do believe that this will pan out. I guarantee Schumer's going to shut the hell up and cave eventually, as long
Mm-hmm.
as Republicans tell him to fuck off and no, you're not getting that much money, because the last time we gave you guys that much money for anything, look what happened to it.
Right. And I think the biggest place that we see affected is TSA and the airports. So while there are other parts of the government that are shut down, we're hearing that flights are delayed. You can't get through customs. You can't get,
That's their fault, not ours.
Yeah, exactly. But the Dems are pushing that, it's the Republicans that don't want to settle.
Mhm.
And as a result, look at what's going on, at the airports.
Well, under Reagan, there was a
security.
problem with the airports too. The TSA
Yeah, and what did
decided
he do?
the
Yeah.
traffic controllers decided to go on strike. So he fired the bitches and hired new
Yes.
people in, and we're still struggling. We still have
Yep.
not re-met that number that was there in the first place.
That's correct. That is correct.
But they were working under some really shit situations back then. They have it a lot
Right.
better now than they used to. I
Mhm.
will tell you that. But Reagan just said, haha, no, you guys want to strike? Nope. You're fired. You're federal employees. You can't do that. You're fired.
And isn't it interesting that Reagan was able to pull that off, but yet Trump hasn't been able to fire various entities, groups.
Well, if they're not direct federal employees, he can't fire them.
He can't, right.
Yeah. The traffic controllers
Right.
and the air traffic security, just set them on my lap, absolutely are federal employees.
Mhm.
Like directly or even subcontract, you're still
Right.
a federal employee.
Correct.
And the whatever those fucking, we're gonna beg for money and then blackmail Congress to give it to us so we can have our little pet projects groups. Yeah, that's completely different, unfortunately.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Gotta love our jacked up system, right?
Yes, ma'am. So that's where we're at as far as the shutdown goes. What do you got for us next?
This one.
Oh. I love it. I came across this. UMFers that don't like what's going on and you want to denounce your citizenship. Guess what? We got news for you, baby. We got news for you. The State Department slashed the fee to renounce your U.S. citizenship by 80%.
Oh, so now it's even cheaper
So now
for you
there's
to
no
get the hell
reason.
out.
Yeah, it's even cheaper. So now just go. Hey, Art, how you doing? So get out, save a couple dollars, and you're free.
Except
Let's check
the
out the
people who
article.
fled to Canada and the people who fled to other places, they're wanting to come back because guess what? Those other places don't give you the universal health care because you're not a citizen yet. Sorry.
But now they can renounce. Let's check out the article.
Oh God, people are so stupid. Oh my God, why do we gotta do this? Literally.
Yes, I know. I had to too. Go ahead, just.
I had one that absolutely refused to let me do anything because my one ad blocker for certain websites is on my extension. So,
yep.
You idiots. Anyways.
Okay, so this is from CNN and this is from Monday. This past Monday. So the State Department has slashed by about 80% the fee for Americans to formally renounce their U.S. citizenship. After years of legal battles with several groups representing Americans wanting to give up their citizenship, the department on Friday published a final rule in the Federal Register that reduces the cost from $2,350 to $450.
Holy shit.
Yep. The new fee, which took effect on Friday, had been promised in 2023 but had never been implemented. The cost is now the same as it was when the State Department first started charging Americans to formally renounce their citizenship in 2010. Renouncing U.S. citizenship can be an intensive and lengthy process. Applicants must repeatedly confirm in multiple written and verbal attest oh, we're having problems with that word. Help me out there, Crazy Bee. Attestations. That doesn't seem right.
Hold
To
on,
a
my
state
eyes are blurred.
You're fine. To a State Department consular office that they understand the implications of the step before being allowed to take a formal oath of renunciation. It must then be reviewed by the department. The fee was raised from $450 to $2,350 in 2015 to cover the administrative expenses as the number of people wanting to renounce their citizenship surged in part due to new U.S. tax reporting requirements for American expatriates that angered many. That dramatic fee increase drew significant opposition from groups such as the France-based Association of Accidental Americans, which represents people mainly living abroad whose U.S. citizenship is due purely to their having been born in the United States. So
I was accidentally
that's
born in
interesting.
America.
Yeah, that's weird, huh? Why are so many people like all the Chinese coming to have their babies here? Why don't they
Yep.
have just dual citizenship? Is it
Oh,
a tax? It must be a tax implication, right?
I don't know. As long as you're not living in America, you don't have to pay American taxes.
The association filed several lawsuits challenging the constitutionality of the fee, including one that remains pending that argues there should be no cost at all for renouncing one's citizenship. The Association of Accidental Americans welcomes this decision, which acknowledges the necessity of making this fundamental right accessible to all, its president, Fabian Arg said in a statement. This victory is the direct result of 6 years of relentless legal action and advocacy. In court, the association said since the 2023 announcement that the fee would be reduced, at least 8,755 Americans had paid the full $2,350 to renounce their citizenship. The State Department did not provide numbers for the total number of Americans who have renounced their citizenship.
I like Art's suggestion. If you want to renounce your citizenship, then you should have to leave America and you will never be allowed back in. He would make it free.
Mm-hmm. I can see where they charge because it is paper. They
Yeah.
charge for everything. It's paperwork. You're taking the time, blah, 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 blah. Use taxpayer dollars. If you want out, we'll help you get out. You know what I mean? If we're paying illegals the $1,000 to get on the plane and leave the country, why can't we just give you $1,000 to get the hell out? Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to renounce your citizenship that bad, we'll help you go. Pack your bags, we'll help you go. And I'll tell you what, for all of those people that did that, I can't imagine that wherever they went is better than what they had here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about, I renounced my citizenship to go live in Germany. Really? Germany's that much better than the US?
If you hate America.
Well, yeah, that's true. You're
There
right.
are some perks to the way things are done in Germany.
Yeah.
However, it's not as great of living as some people like to make it out to be. My personal opinion.
And that's where I'm at. I don't,
But if
if you
some
hate
people
America,
like it, if you like
yeah,
having to pay to get a license to have a TV and watch the state only allowed channels, and oh
right?
yeah, you got to also that same TV feed goes to your streaming platforms other than
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But like Netflix and all those, if I remember correctly, you have to have that same licensing for those.
Correct.
If I
Correct.
remember correctly.
We we covered that a while back about what they do and
Yeah, but
their
my brain
state.
doesn't work well after about 24 hours. And
Yeah,
hell, sometimes
they have
24 minutes.
they have that state-run TV where in the beginning they're on their news coverage. It's purely like I can't remember the time frames, but say the first half hour is just the news. It's just the facts, ma'am. Then after that is the commentary.
Yeah.
So it's the bullshit. Like a CNN kind of Fox News kind of thing. So, but in the beginning, the bridge collapsed, 10 people died, and 5 cars were smashed. That's all you hear. Then, at 6 o'clock, then it's, oh yeah, so the cars were doing, 20 miles an hour and hit the people and the bridge fell and whatever. But I can't imagine that you hate America so much so that you're willing to give up your citizenship. I real I really find that I don't
Oh,
at this point just go. Just go.
yeah, pick a country, we'll catapult you there.
Mhm.
Trebuchet away. Here's a little
I
cape.
almost
You can pretend to be
I almost
Superman.
I almost spit out my pop. Thanks a lot. We'll catapult you.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Um, are
Uh,
added to it. If you had citizenship status in some other countries, you may actually be better off, or about the same as being in America. But many other countries aren't going to take you if you renounce your previous citizenship. Ooh, that's interesting.
mhm.
I did not know that. But then again, I've never traveled abroad, so just talk to other people about it.
Yeah.
Gotten to take some virtual tours through family photos and family videos that are taken in all these beautiful countries.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, uh, I knew someone who was literally by definition accidentally born in England. Her mother went there pregnant, and she ended up coming early and was born while the family was on vacation there for a month. But the
Okay.
headache was getting it took 5 years to get America to accept her as an American citizen.
Wow.
5 years. They had to stay in England while they were trying to get America to let them come back to their home and everything else.
Oh
Luckily, they
wow.
had family and friends who were willing to help in America.
Right.
But
Right.
while visiting family in the UK for a month, daughter came early, and look at
Oh
that.
wow. There you go.
So,
You
yeah,
know, you never know.
it can be a bit of a headache because you can't bring a newborn baby just
Right.
into America without documents. And so
Exactly.
you got to fight with mailing documents over. One parent flies back and forth, or they alternate who flies back and forth to deal with it. It's a lot
Right.
of work. But
Yeah.
yeah, her mother told me that story, and I'm like, dang, that sucks.
Big time.
You mean
So
it's
we go.
easy
Yeah.
and cheaper for Ilhan Omar to leave? Yes.
Yeah. Blue. Well, I actually, if they're looking into seeing if she's actually a citizen or not. And so if she's not, I think she'd qualify for the get on the plane and we'll give you $1,000 to go, so if you self deport. So
Yeah.
Perhaps we can start inkling that to her. I'll start sending her X posts saying self-deport, self-deport, self-deport every day.
Please
What do you think?
do.
Mm-hmm. All right, and finally, Art says, if you're going to renounce your citizenship, you have to establish citizenship in a country which doesn't allow dual citizenship, then renounce. Otherwise, you're stateless, which is a big problem. True.
Mm-hmm. And that is a worse situation than not
And
having
not
somewhere
having
to go
any.
back to.
Exactly.
It's like one of the problems we have with deporting people back to China.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Well, all right, people. So 80% reduction. Hallelujah. And what do you got up next for us, Crazy B?
Alright. Oh, my mouth is so freaking dry. Because all we have is water and it doesn't work.
Okay, this article that we have here was the start of a rabbit hole that is why I hijacked what we had planned for today. And so a judge throws out a prosecutor out of court, and he orders leaders of New Jersey's U.S. Attorney's Office to testify. So when this popped up and I saw his face, he looks like a crazy man to me.
He looks like Uncle
And
Fester, just a little bit darker.
oh yeah, he does. And you and I had a long conversation today about, I wanted to make sure, and as we go on this path of all the info we're going to share, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't being Islamophobic. Because when I looked at him, and Crazy B and I talked about this, when you see or you meet somebody, your brain is going to automatically make some type of assignments. You know, our thing is first, he looks crazy, he looks like Uncle Fester, but I'm telling you, you're going to categorize somebody as white, black, Hispanic, Indian. And in this case, I said, oh, I think he might be Muslim. And so I went, and what we've been doing, and we'll go and look at his Wikipedia page, is we're identifying who these judges are when these cases happen. It doesn't matter if they're left, right, or center, but
Mm-hmm.
when there's something that we see, we're going to start showing, and you've seen that, I guess, this might be the fourth time now, that maybe the fifth, that we've shown who the judge is, what they're about, just so you guys can get an idea, instead of just having a name of somebody and we ignore it. We want to start identifying these people.
Mm-hmm.
So once that happened, then I had the whole another article popped up within this article that led me somewhere else. And he does happen to be, was the first Muslim American federal judge appointed to the bench. And, you know, our discussions have been surrounding the whole Muslim takeover of America. And that, you know, and that's just where we're at today. I mean, that's factual. We are concerned with the cities that have been taken over, school boards, local government, state government, and now we have a federal judge. And my question is he truly following the Constitution? As I would be concerned with all of them. And we've talked about all of them. The crazy white wacko activist judges that we have on the bench, as well as the African American judges we have. So I then find So he's from New Jersey. I then come across a second judge that was just appointed this past January, who happens to be Muslim. So then I was like, okay, am I really being racist here? Am I what's going on in my head that, was something there. So me and you so then I went and I pulled there happens to be a New Jersey Muslim Attorneys Association. And I'm like, what? A Muslim association? And then I never did look the Jewish one up, Crazy B. I
But I'm
forgot
pretty
about
sure
that.
there's one that exists
Okay.
somewhere.
Okay. So I went, okay, well, if there's a Muslim one, there has to be Christian ones. All right. So then I went, let's go look. And we found, and we'll show you there's Christian ones. And I knew, and Crazy B said she would bet a dime to a dollar there's a Jewish one. So there's religious organizations, associations that have attorneys, judges, legal aides within that association representing that specific religion, which I don't know. I never thought of it in those terms. I never really thought about the legal system having particular associations in that realm for either race or religion before. And what impact does it have on our legal system? Like, for example, would a Christian legal association attempt to now go after the Muslim legal association? When you start to read what they're about and what they're advocating for, some of them, my eyebrow raised up and went, that's interesting, and we haven't even begun to delve into any of this at all. This is all just kind of brand new. But, you and I went for quite some time, I'd say at least 20 minutes, if not more, about the whole issue of race and why. And you brought up a good point about, I think you said that our brain does it to save us. Is that right?
Yes.
If you
When it
want to
comes to
explain that.
associations, yeah. Kids naturally are opposed to green foods. Genetically predispositioned, our brains somehow have always correlated green with bad. When you're watching cartoons, the green poison, the poisons are green, the yucky face with the green, and dangerous things might be green. A snake, red to black, with the coral snakes. Red
Okay.
touches black, you're on your back. Red touches yellow, you're mellow.
Okay.
Stuff like that has taught us to recognize things that could be potentially dangerous, or things that are good for us. We can associate a Santa Claus as a good guy. We don't think Santa's going to break into the house and steal everything,
Right.
but it happens. You can you just, it's not that you assume the person's bad, you just become more guarded, or you let your guard down more with this subconscious reaction that
Like
has been drilled in genetically for generations.
So you're saying it's like an association then
Yeah,
that.
association. Like, again, you see a picture of a bank robber, and when you see people in similar clothing, you're going to assume that person might be a bank robber. You see the crazy guy in the store whose eyes are popping out of his head and it looks like there's no soul behind those eyes. You
Mm-hmm.
assume it's best to steer clear of him. Doesn't matter the race, doesn't matter the skin color. The fact is, there are certain behavioral characteristics, body posturing, vocal patterns, even like how we hear, when they say you're in the woods and all the bugs and all the birds go silent, there's a predator nearby, right?
Right. Right.
you kind of listen to tonal patterns in people, and you will recognize, oh, this person's about to get really mad at me and hurt me. Their tone
Mm-hmm.
is escalating, you know? We pay attention to those things. That is not stereotyping. That is assessing your situation and what your surroundings. It's associating things that have happened in the past to you that might happen again. I had a negative experience when my dad reached to take off his belt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see that happen again. you
Right.
know, it's those kind of things. It gets drilled into us. There was a video of a little girl who absolutely traumatized her brother for life, probably. She conditioned to him that every time he heard a quacking noise, he was going to get shot with a Nerf gun. And she did this for like 3 years. And now, well, they did like a year later update, and she just did the quack noise, and he ducked instantly out
Wow.
of reflex because of the sound. Sound associated with an action. Visual association with an action. Visual association with an experience. Subconsciously. I mean, we pick up on things. We pick up on so many subconscious things. We don't
And
even
that's
realize we're acting on them.
right. And that's in that respect, I'm glad that I at least recognized and I was able to question myself saying, are you being Islamophobic? Or and I will say to some degree the answer is yes, because I am worried about the potential for violence or chaos that extreme Islam, or if we say from things that we've listened to, that yes, we're following the Quran and you are the infidel and you have 3 ways that you will uh, be accepted here. You know what I mean? You're either going to convert, you're going to pay the tax fee. I forget the name of it right this second,
Yeah,
or you're going to
for
be, you're going to be unalived, right? That's your
yes.
3 options. If all of the rhetoric that we've been listening to is true, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's what we've been listening to, and that's what we've been playing. We've been listening to Dearborn and Hamtrap. Here we go.
Hamtramck. It's a hard one.
Hamtrap. Hamtramck. Every time, well, I can say it after you say it, but I can never get it out myself.
It's
New
all right.
York City. Yeah, New York City, Dallas, Austin. I mean, we're doing a thing right now where we're working on where I live and where Crazy Bee lives, and to see what's going on in the area. Because right now we've been looking, on a field that's out. We're not looking inward to see what's happening in our own space. So
I
we're
started
taking on,
looking in my own
yeah,
area, and there's like 4 mosques 30 something ish miles away. They
yeah.
don't really have a big movement here, but CARE is trying to step and take root into Kentucky, and it's not going well.
Hmm.
I
And in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, it's pretty bad. Uh,
Time
and
to move down south,
but
folks.
yes. So the issue is, when you take, say, Dearborn, and the population now is 56%, I believe, Muslim, and they're in city government, and what changes are going to be made, I think it is worrisome. When we talked about what are our values, what's the American way, when they're not assimilating to the American culture, but yet, we're seeing Sharia law brought in, we're seeing, court systems being, handling issues, we're seeing
Poorly.
burqas. Yeah, we're seeing all of that. And again, I, I don't want to be beating a dead horse, but I also want to beat the drum if to be somewhat cognizant as an alarmist, I guess, in a way, of what is actually going on in the country. What are we seeing, and is it indeed true?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, like I said, my first glance at him, and I do like Blue's comment, he kind of looks like a Mexican version of Mr. Potato Head. But so, see, and that's an interesting aspect. You know, you came from what you said one thing, Blue says another, and I say something else. So the three of us have a different opinion on what we're looking at
He could be a
from the
mixed
lens.
race Uncle
Yeah,
Fester.
yes, exactly.
But this is
And
again where I'd have to take in, okay, this is a perceived environment. This is what he looks
right,
like to me. I, depending on his body language and how he is speaking, would determine how I would respond.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I can never just look at someone and say, "Oh, they're a troublemaker." No, I wouldn't do. I wouldn't dare
right,
do that
right,
because I wouldn't want someone to do it to me. But
right,
I've been put in situations where I had to rely solely on the red flags my gut instinct put up.
right, right,
And so for me, I take into consider my daughter thinks it's racist, but I always take into consideration where the race might come from, age, height, weight. I'm pulling all these data points into my brain, making note of them very quickly.
yeah,
It's most people aren't consciously aware they're doing it. I unfortunately am cursed with the I'm aware I'm doing it bullshit.
mm-hmm,
Like I walk into a store, I'm looking around. Okay, there's people over here, there's people over there. There's about 10 in that area. This is what the clerk is looking like, and this is the language I just heard him speaking, or an approximate to the language I just heard him speaking. I'm
mm-hmm,
going to be respectful for this reason, that reason, unless he gives me a reason not to be, and I'm going to ask for help and initially go up anticipating a really bad no American English poor accent or really thick accent, just making
right,
it complicated. But got talking to him and he spoke good English.
right.
Spoke it pretty damn good. I
And that,
didn't want to be surprised, but I was preparing for I'm going to have to struggle to understand him or he might struggle to understand me.
right. And that was the other thing that we talked about also was the names of people and the complexity or being unable to pronounce their name. What type of language are they speaking? English as we know English, or is English more difficult? Um, Again, like you said, they're all social cues that we're picking up and taking in and processing based on whatever our experience is or what our perceived notion is. The other thing that we also talked about was whether or not there's any groups tracking what these Muslim judges are doing. And you also reminded me about the 20 odd people that were approved in local and state level and congressional level offices that are Muslim. So,
Mm-hmm.
is there going to be some type of tracking to see the way that they what's the word, conduct themselves, rule, RULE, on their cases? You know, is it going to follow the
Mm-hmm.
Constitution, or is it going to be something different?
Are
Are
they an
they
activist
are
or
they
are they American?
Yep, yes. And is somebody going to be tracking that to take a look at that. Like now, my curiosity is piqued. What has he ruled on that we might raise an eyebrow and say, you know what I mean? Like, just
Yeah.
looking at it sideways. But
Well, I mean, look at that one in Wisconsin. All-American judge in the heartland and trying to sneak illegals out the back.
Exactly.
How constitutional is that BS?
That, right. And we called that out.
Sake, they are people. We have, like I said, activist or American, because as an activist, you are inadvertently taking away people's rights to live their life the way they are, because you're trying to force them to accept something whether they like it or not. I kind of have an issue with activists in general. Do I like advocates? People who see someone is suffering and they're advocating and trying to help them and speaking for them to, not necessarily like an advocate is slightly different than activist. Activist wants to scream at you to make the change. An advocate helps the person who's struggling make the change as well. Is drawing attention to this is an ongoing problem. Like we pointed out about how San Francisco is mostly shit piles and homeless people. Obviously, they need advocates to draw attention to it, but advocates are also out there helping fix it. So, activists just sit and scream and throw bottles and stuff at people.
And I do want to make it clear that we do call out all the activists. I mean, all you got to do is go back and look at our previous videos, and judges that are off the chain, we're now identifying and pulling up their information, and they will no longer remain nameless. We're going to put it, we've said before,
if
we're going to put a face.
If we suspect they're an activist or absolutely disregarding American law, like, I would like to cover it more tomorrow or next week if we get to, is that case that I just was talking about in Texas.
Yes.
Someone did something very dangerous and illegal, and basically no consequence. The judge let them go. And the news doesn't want to report on anything about them than their name. They basically are avoiding anything else that could point to there might have been a much darker reason for what happened than So and we see this in the UK too. And I think that we have judges in America who are trying to copy what the UK is doing, and I don't like it. And we do know that there are judges that are inner city who absolutely will say, oh, it's a black guy like me, so I got to give him a chance. I got to give him more and more chances. That right there is bias and racist. What happened to everyone's equal? That means the law is applied equally. Across the board. So, this isn't just about picking out. We're wondering if their religion or if their upbringing or any other biases are coming into ridiculous decisions. So, sorry, my daughter's mad. I'm yelling. Sorry. But,
she'll have to tell her to get over it.
Well, she's in the other room with her sound, the little sound bar for the TV next to her head, and she can still hear me over it. I'm probably being too loud. So I feel bad about that, but I don't realize when my voice gets that loud. I just cannot hear it.
It's being passionate. That's what that's called.
But
it is. So Art, I'm looking at your comment, and again, the issue that started after I read the case was, and whether he's right or wrong in what he says, and we'll go over it, that wasn't the point of whether he's right or wrong in the case. The point for me was the initial assessment of whether is he Muslim or is he American. That was my initial take on it.
What our life experiences predisposition our minds to do was the whole point of that conversation.
Thank you. And that's so we won't beat the horse. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened
All right.
with Uncle Fester. So
Oh,
here
come
we go.
on.
Just
We've been
quick
looking at his
little.
face for 20 freaking minutes.
Yep. Okay, so vexed by the Justice Department's chaotic oversight of federal prosecutions in New Jersey, a judge on Monday threw a government attorney out of the hearing and ordered the 3 officials in charge of the state's U.S. Attorney's Office to answer his questions under oath. U.S. District Judge Syed Curacao, I don't know.
I can't, my mouth is dry, but it's Quarashi. Qureshi? That sounds Egyptian.
Lit into prosecutors after another judge ruled last week that the Trump administration's decision to replace interim U.S. Attorney Alina Habba, by the way, there's rumors that he's going to fire Pam Bondi and that Alina Habba is going to take her place. With a trio, yeah, that's the rumor on the street. We'll see if that comes true or not. With a trio of officials was another violation of the Constitution's appointment clause, which requires Senate confirmation. The officials, Philip Lamparello, Jordan Fox. Is that the same Jordan? Is that the same Jordan Fox we were talking about earlier, Crazy B?
I don't know. I would have to actually do some deeper diving into that.
Okay, I wonder if that's him or not. And Ari Fontecchio have remained in charge pending an appeal. The judge quizzed Assistant U.S. Attorney Daniel Rosenblum about his office's current management structure and whether Habba, a Justice Department senior advisor, has any role in running the office, which she has denied. When Rosenblum's supervising attorney interjecting, the judge accused him of trying to blindside the court and ordered him to leave or risk being removed by court security officers. The judge vented his frustration as he was preparing to sentence a man for possessing child sexual abuse material, a case that he said had been compromised by a sloppy investigation and the U.S. Attorney's Office haste to reach a plea agreement. The sentencing was rescheduled. You have lost the confidence and trust of this court, the judge told Rosenblum during a tense 22-minute hearing. You have lost the confidence and the trust of the New Jersey legal community, and you are losing the trust and confidence of the public. The New York Times reported on the judge's remarks and posted a transcript of the proceeding to its website. Crazy B, I didn't see that before. Maybe we'll check that out. Chad Gilmartin, a spokesman for the Justice Department, told the Times, unfortunately, some judges are more interested in courtroom theatrics and constitutional overreach than promoting public safety. It is an especially troubling movement when a court chooses to sideline a case involving child exploitation. Lamparello, Fox, and Fontecchio, referred to by the judge and in court records as the triumvirate, have remained in charge because the judge who ruled to bar them, Matthew Braun, paused the decision from taking immediate effect to give the government time to appeal. But Braun wrote in his 130-page opinion, a stay cannot validate an unlawful appointment, and that if the government chooses to leave them in place, it does so at their own risk. Here is your risk. This is the risk, the judge who was appointed in 2021 by Joe Biden, a Democrat. The judge said he didn't believe Rosenblum's claim that the three were still in charge and that no one else, such as Haba, was influencing the office's decision making.
Where was all
The
this
judge said
questioning with when they all came at Trump?
yes. The judge said he wouldn't believe anything federal prosecutors told him until the three officials testified before him in Trenton on May 4th. If their answers aren't satisfactory, the judge said he may summon Haba and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, the Justice's Department's second in command, to testify. The judge was hot from the start of Monday's proceeding, laying into Supervisory Assistant U.S. Attorney Mark Coyne for appearing in court without prior notice and for interrupting repeatedly without permission. I'm not going to hear from you, Mr. Coyne. If you want to sit there for moral support or hand Mr. Rosenblum post-it notes or whisper in his ear, I'll let you do that as a supervisor. The judge also questioned the judgment of prosecutors to reach a plea agreement with the defendant in the child sexual abuse material case before the FBI had finished searching his electronic devices. The plea agreement calls for a significantly lower sentence than prescribed by federal sentencing guidelines, the judge said. It was a sloppy investigation where, while you executed a plea agreement, the FBI uncovered significantly more child pornography that you couldn't charge, and now you're stuck with a plea agreement because you're bound by it, he said.
Sounds like he actually did the right thing, in my opinion. They rushed to get this into court, and then the FBI found more evidence afterwards.
Well, let's what's after that, Crazy B? Where it
Just
says, okay, so that,
comments.
all right, so click up, let's see what he has to say. Go back up where we can click on the New York Post. Keep going. There it is. The New York Times reported on the judge's remarks. Yeah, let's see what that says. So this was yesterday. Blah, blah.
God,
We said
everything
all
wants me to
that.
log in. Yeah, they basically
Okay,
copied
so,
and pasted this.
yeah.
They threw out Mr. Coyne.
Yep.
And if he wasn't on the panel of the lawyers, was he allowed to talk? Are they allowed to bring in lawyers from elsewhere?
I guess not. I guess not without prior notice. Okay, he threw him out. So he thinks that Elena Haba still has some role in operating the office. Okay, so it doesn't really say. Keep going, Don, because Haba left. And again, is you're right. Okay, so click on. Can you click on that read document thing?
It's literally a transcript of the court case, it looks like.
Okay. So that's the back and forth then that occurred. Okay.
I'm glad they put it as proof of what they said, but you know.
And so I did not read the case. So on face value, it appears that they fucked up.
Yes.
But I would want to hear from their side why they did what they did. Why did they take the plea agreement? Why didn't they wait for the FBI? There has to be some
Why does our
rationale.
government do half the shit they do? And
exactly.
Every president's you're never gonna get you're never gonna get a decent, honest answer from these people, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they rushed it and took a plea deal instead of waiting for a full investigation to finish, that means somebody that they were arresting or they busted Oh,
Somebody
dang.
messed up. Yeah,
No,
somebody messed
can
up
I
big
highlight
time.
this? I can't highlight. Can you see where my cursor is?
No. Hold on a second.
I don't want to read it
Are
out
we
loud.
okay? Just let me. Where are you?
I'm at the
Move your mouse.
bottom of that page circling it.
What number? What? I don't see you
23
circling.
through 20, 23 through
Okay.
24.
Hold on a second.
Line 23 through 24 on that top
I'm
page, on that
looking.
page. I wouldn't read it out loud. I don't want to get hit with anything by YouTube.
Yeah. So this is really child. I mean, this is
Severe.
baby. This is
Yes.
babies. So okay, we'll leave it at that.
And they're taking a
All right.
lower plea deal because they rushed it. I kind of am siding with the judge on this one.
Right. I don't disagree.
Art says
So
to
he
appear
goes.
before the court, you have to file as being an attorney of record for the government prior to appearing before the court. If you are not of record, you can't represent the DOJ in this case. Oh, so the guy running his mouth evidently is not
Yeah,
supposed to run his mouth.
yeah. They said that. Yeah, you have to be there. You have to give prior notice that you're going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
the
what
judge.
this is explaining, yeah, ouch.
Yeah, the judge says, let's look at why the plea agreement is so deficient. It's because you didn't have all the evidence in your investigation before you executed the plea agreement. Is that fair to say? And they say yes, that it's correct.
He
All
has
right, so
every right to be pissed.
yes. So again, it involves
Very young.
babies, very young. Okay, so they claim that. Okay, so then they come back and he says, as to the characterization of deficiency, now the DOJ doesn't agree with that.
They
What
didn't
the heck?
have it. You
And
can't
then he goes,
change the.
right,
You can't change what you're prosecuting them for in the middle of a court hearing. You better have that shit in order before it gets to trial.
okay, and then the court asks if you had all the evidence, you probably wouldn't have executed the plea agreement, where the
Yep.
stipulated range was less than a third of the advisory range. So, okay, scroll down, Crazy B.
Oh, this
Or
is
up.
a lot more than the news articles are letting on.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So they said that they were cautious. They didn't want to breach the agreement. The court asks, how did the screw up happen? Who was it? The attorney's office, the FBI, or both? And Rosenbaum goes, it's probably a combination of errors. Okay.
Then somebody ain't running shit right.
So Rosenblum then says there's a significant backlog in the RCFL, which is the
court interjects.
uh-huh.
This is a victim's case that you wanted me to know about, right?
Uh-huh.
But now you're championing these victims. What charges did you bring against Mr. Villafane for all these egregious things?
Right.
The children and babies. What charges did you file? Possession of the videos and pictures that should not be in his possession.
Right.
And they executed a plea deal where they didn't consider it, but you're saying it's involved in the current case. Wow, they dropped the ball bad on that
you're not
one.
Kidding. You're
They
not
cannot,
kidding.
any new things from the FBI, they cannot now use as evidence.
Right.
So he's going to get a slap on the hand and could possibly go out and do this stuff again. And more than likely would.
Yep. Keep going.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that judge is so spot on.
So there's a minor victim number 1. all the images that the FBI find on the phone relate to him. And the judge and the Rosenblum is trying to blow it off, and the judge is like asking a question.
Evidently, it was more than one victim.
So look at that crazy. Am I reading that right? So it appears that they could file additional charges, but they didn't, because the court asks, it's not a violation of the plea agreement. And he goes, it would not be, but the government's position.
So the government's
And the
defending this guy,
Yes. So the judge
even
says,
though they're
okay,
prosecuting.
yeah, then don't say it's a violation of the plea agreement, because it's not.
So dude was just gaslighting the courts too.
Yes, big time.
Our
Wow.
federal DOJ is supposed to be prosecuting these people to the fullest extent of the law, especially after the whole Epstein blow up. And now we've got the DOJ downplaying this. And it says not all the pictures on dude's phone were about victim one. There are other victims that are now not going to get justice because these assholes seem to be protecting this guy.
Right. Okay, go ahead, scroll up.
Oh, buddy. There's many
Wow,
victims in
and the
this
court,
case, none of which seem to be concerned by your
wow,
office.
the judge asks them, how long have you been in the office? Rosenblum, about 2.5 years. Wow. So the judge wants answers to the structure of the DOJ in New Jersey.
And
Now,
who's running what? I get it now.
Right. And I will say that there could be a little something in the background, because Haba was a hot ticket item. They claim that she had been not illegally, but that she wasn't Senate
Properly
confirmed.
put in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Properly put in place. So there was a big huff to do about that. And rather than go through the court system and fight it, she resigned. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So she's no longer running that. But she still is in a senior advisor role to Trump. So that means she, come on, people, let's be real here. You know damn well she has something to say about how that office is being run.
Mm-hmm. And hi, Vanilla, by the way. I didn't mean to ignore you. Art says the DOJ cannot retry the case. We're at sentencing, which means the case is over. It's not even sure they could file new charges because of double jeopardy.
Right.
Yeah. That's why I'm going to balancedly call this bullshit out. And this was a massive fuck up.
You're not kidding. Okay, so so he wants the 3 names of who are handling the case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Keep going.
Oh, it's Miss Fox. That's a female, Jordan Fox. Okay.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Not the one that we thought. So this is interesting. The judge says, and how do you know that they're running the office since you've only been there 2.5 years? And I presume you're not in the front office seeing them day to day. They've told you that they're running the office. And he says, my answers today reflect the guidance that I received from senior and supervisory ASUSAs, including Mr. Coyne. So you mean to tell me that guy's there representing the department, and he can't tell you what the structure of
Because
the
he
organization
only
is?
knows it based on what
By
the seniors and advisors, supervisors have told
told
him.
him. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? And you've been there for 2.5 years, and you don't know the structure? That's wild. So the judge asks him, "What do you know of Mr. Lamparello?" He doesn't know. What about Miss Fox? He doesn't know. Keep scrolling up, Crazy B. What about
Mm.
Fontecchio? I don't know. He doesn't know. What role does Elena Haba have? He says none that I'm aware of. Now, how does he know that? But he doesn't know what the other three are.
Ooh, this is why the judge.
Uh-huh.
And that's when Mr. Coin starts running his mouth. And he's
Uh-huh.
not.
Yep.
Yep.
So he's jumping in because he basically knows Rosenblum is like
He
messing the
just
whole
put
damn
himself
thing
in a
up.
corner. He literally
You're
trapped
not.
himself in a corner with using
Yep.
the typical lawyer answer to cover his
Yep.
own ass and everyone else's, basically.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
That's wild, isn't it?
And this is what our DOJ is doing.
Well, they did say that they lost half of their attorneys walked, right? They
Yeah.
either walked or were fired. So the DOJ is down. And even if they hire new attorneys, how long does it
Uh-huh.
take to get acclimated to your position? I mean, a year in and you still don't know everything that you need to know, right?
Well, again, they're not a senior attorney there. This
Right.
person's a lowdown run, go get. He probably just got out of being the go study in these books and find this information
Uh-huh.
for me. He was
Right.
probably a degree above a paralegal until 2 years in. They
Right.
don't let you do a lot. They don't even, most of them don't even let you handle a case that early in. They want to see how well you do your research, what you can find, how well you can do this kind of stuff. I know someone who was a paralegal, and she told me, you don't get to handle a case for sometimes up to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's. Eesh. But yeah, I can see why he got mad at Mr. Coin.
Oh, yeah, because he repeatedly tells him to sit down, and he doesn't. And he tells him that if you don't, I'm going to have you removed. He
Mm-hmm.
also tells him you didn't file the notice of appearance. And he continues to speak, and it's like, sit down. And Coin's like, if, and the judges, sit down. And Coin is, if a notice of appeal, and the judges, sit down. I mean, this is going back. Oh, I could see where he pissed him off.
Yeah. And that's what he meant by blindside the court. See, this is
Yes.
why you should never just read the articles and make a judgment. Now, okay, you're walking down the street, someone's giving you some shifty looking body language and behaviors. Absolutely go on gut instinct. Never jump the gun. Dude was
Mm-hmm.
so within his rights reading this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah, Mr. Quinn, you are handling this case. You're a supervisor. You can sit there and hand
Crazy
notes, but
B,
you shut up.
muffled.
Oh, hold on.
Yep, the train coming through triggered my mic
Okay.
to jump up to 100 again.
There
Sorry,
you go.
folks. But yeah, Queen can sit there and hand notes, like he said, but he cannot speak. Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, again, this is why you look into these judges. Are they an activist judge like some people will instantly jump to? Are
Right.
they a legitimate America First judge? This judge is absolutely right to be.
Because there are children's well-beings and lives at stake.
Right.
So victims of this tend to have a very
We
young
lost you there, Crazy B.
I hate my mic. I was saying children who've been through this tend to end very young and usually self-inflicted.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always important for justice to be done, these kids to know justice was done, and therapy to be put in place if they're old enough to remember.
Right.
And even if they're not old enough to remember, sometimes behaviors will come out.
Well, come on, right.
And
all right, keep
it bothers me.
Yeah, scroll up and let's see what else. How much longer?
Oh, there's a lot.
Okay.
I can tell
All
you.
right.
We're only halfway down.
Okay, so you made a point about reading articles and getting what I would say the front and the back end.
Yes,
what you're looking at would be the middle, right? So there's something before it and possibly something after it that occurred. You and I are working on something today, as a matter of fact, that I sent over to you.
Yes.
And asked you to see if you could find, and that's a clusterfuck.
That ended up being like
AI driven,
almost
right?
20. No, actually not AI. I found like 20 videos varying from a 30-minute to an hour long that I now have to sift through.
Right. But initially we thought it was AI generated because it popped. Yeah, because it popped everywhere.
Yes.
And Crazy B downloaded everything because the courts came in and said you had to get rid of it. Everything had to be deleted.
We're not going to share the videos per se. We're not going to use them in any way other than to prove this person's a lying sack of BS, or they do have something to back up their claims.
Right.
And again, I don't know how long this is going to take. There was over 8 gigs of videos, and I put them on low resolution.
Right.
I put them to the crappiest file format possible, and there is still over 8 gigs of videos.
But the point here I think you're trying to make of this is that we have people either, I have friends on Facebook that believe every damn thing that the Huffington Post puts out, or
oh god, don't get me started on Huffington Post,
or Reddit or Substack, and they never go to look for another source. They never do what we're doing in this case. We've gone now. We've looked at 3 different articles on just one judge of what's happening. And so our message to everybody is when you see something, don't just take it as carte blanche. Go look. When you see these areas that are highlighted in blue that, say, well, here's the transcript, or here's another,
I'm shocked the New York Times even put the transcript in, because I've gone through many of their articles where there was no transcript in it or attached at the bottom.
Right.
That's why I'm shocked.
Yeah. Maybe we should keep this. I don't know. We keep too much. We have too much paper. Anyway. But we'll keep this in the link below because we have more to cover. And,
lots to cover.
But again, this all kind of started, and I did not look into any of this, the case, until just now.
You gathered from a few different sources.
Right.
And we found out that AP was trying to make it sound one way. New York Times is making it sound another, but New York Times attached this.
Right.
And AP basically was trying to copy New York Times's work.
Yep.
And just slap it in there. And depending on your perspective going into this, can make all the difference of how you're going to perceive everything unless you get the full context. And
Right.
we didn't even read every single line of so far 15 pages out of, hold on, let me scroll down to the bottom at a quick little, how many pages are there? We're down to 25 pages total. Nope, 26. 26 pages in total. And each page has 25 lines.
Right.
That's a lot to read.
Mm-hmm. And understand and process and figure out who's on first, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it appears that in this case, the judge is following what needs to be done, and that the DOJ and the FBI really dropped the ball on this one.
Mm-hmm. And with the way they're behaving, it makes you wonder if it was on purpose.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder
I
what the
can't-
defendant has or is doing for
Yeah.
the DOJ or these people. Is he rolling somebody else? Is
Right.
there something else going on that they're maybe not ready to turn their hand on yet?
Right.
I don't know. I'm giving benefit of
Well-
the doubt here. I'm both looking at both sides
Will
potentially.
you do me? Yeah. Will you do me a favor and send that to me? I
Yes,
want to
I
look at
absolutely
that,
will.
and I'll put the date of the hearing on the calendar, and we will revisit it. I think it's May 4th, but I want to double check it. And
Mhm.
we'll put it on the calendar for when it pops back up. And we'll take a look at it a couple days after the case and see what exactly happens. I am perceiving that it to be a continuation, and he's just going to be pissed off because
Oh yeah.
I don't see it changing, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's wild. I'll tell you that. I'm trying to find a way to squeeze it into the description really quick.
Okay. And
There we go.
I'll
It's in
look-
the description, and I sent it to you in Discord via DMs.
all right. Thank you. all
This
right,
is why
so-
it's so we like doing research while we're in the process
Yes.
too.
Yes. So we appreciate your support here. Just as a reminder, please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. We need your support. We need our numbers to increase. We still have yet to make a dime. Well, we haven't even made a penny yet. So,
Yeah.
oh, come on.
Even though like, you can donate, but Rumble holds it till you hit a certain dollar amount before they let you withdraw.
You're totally garbled there, dear.
Oh, again, I'm sorry.
Okay, what I was saying is when you donate money,
Rumble
Rumble
hold,
fuck's sake.
And you're still garbled.
I know it's bouncing around on me as I talk.
Okay.
Rumble, when people donate to Rumble, it will hold it till you get to a certain dollar amount, and then you can withdraw it. We haven't even been able to get to monetization on YouTube to get money from YouTube. So
Right.
Yeah.
So we need, your likes, your follows, please. We beg of you. You keep me up at all hours of the night doing this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Crazy Bee can't stand it because I send her all kind of shit.
I didn't say I can't stand it. It's just when
I know.
found
I
that there
know.
was 20-something videos that were almost an hour long that entailed with this what?
You went, what? Wait, what? So what?
But you didn't send
so
me the
did
link
I,
to the
but
videos because you
I
didn't
truly-
even know they existed.
I know. I had no clue. I didn't know what we were gonna find.
Yeah, go to the guy's Substack. Follow the links
Yeah.
from the. Well, he didn't even have links. I had to Google search his sources, including HuffPost. Like really. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it took you to Facebook, to TikTok, to I think
Instagram.
you were Instagram. Yep. I think you were all over the place on this one, but you found it.
I did finally find the original full unedited, uncommentated footage.
Mm-hmm.
It took me about
Yeah.
25 minutes to download it all and save it safely. Like I said, I'm not going to reproduce it in full. I don't think I even really want to share a lot of even
Crips?
like the
You don't want
clips.
to share Crips? Okay.
But I can get where it translates into a transcript, which we can go over. I do
Right.
have a way that I can get a transcript from the videos, and then I have to go back and make sure it is correct. And again, never take my word for it, but unfortunately, a judge ordered these cannot be released. And
Yep.
I only want to refute the points
The
that
guy was talking. God damn it.
Right.
I want to refute
You want
the
to
Points the guy.
the
my
point,
microphone. The points the guy is talking about and nothing else right
and
now.
she's gone.
I should be here. I'm right here.
Now you're right here. So you
Okay.
want to refute?
I want
You
to
want to
refute the points he made, if
Right.
possible,
Okay.
but without violating a judge's orders.
Right, because you don't want to be in
So
jail.
I don't want anyone to go to jail. So I'm admitting that I have copies, but I am not going to redistribute them, and it is for literal purposes of confirming or refuting someone's claims
Statements.
about
Yep.
videos they are using for illegal purposes.
Yes.
I just want to, I mean, we might have to wait till a judge clears it. I can sit on them that long. I swear I will not release them, and I will unplug the thumb drive so no one can access them from a roundabout way if they manage to hack my computer. I will absolutely safeguard this, but I am not going to violate a judge's orders. So
Right.
don't expect that.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
We're
Let's
yep.
move on. What do we got up next? It's 8:30.
You have the Wikipedia page for this judge.
And I think that we could probably just leave that in the description.
Well, I'm
Crazy
curious
D.
where he was born. Oh, he was born in New York City.
Yep.
Okay. He went to Rutgers University. He was in the United States Army.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Kudos. Biden allowed a decent one. He was in Operation Iraqi Freedom. My ex-sister-in-law was there.
And he received a Bronze Star in the Combat Action Badge.
He ranked up as to captain.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay.
So he taught classes.
He was the United States Army Judge Advocate General's Corps, too.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Kudos. Thank you for your service, my dear. And I'm shocked. Yeah. Because my ex-sister-in-law was over there around the same time.
Uh-huh.
I'm really stunned. She had to leave because of she actually was deployed when she found out she was pregnant with her oldest.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had to force her back against her will. She wanted to stay there and keep doing her part, but like, you're pregnant, we're not playing that game. You're on the first flight back.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, but wow, I'm actually surprised. He's got a very extensive background.
Now
I'm
with that,
not too disappointed in him.
So hold on, go down and to where Biden. I want to see
his parents were immigrants from Pakistan.
Okay.
He graduated in 1993, so he's about 10 years. He graduated about.
So he's about
6 or 7 years before me.
Yeah, he's 50 to 51. So let's go down to where Biden appointed him. So let's see some of his
rulings.
Yeah.
Actually, nothing of big importance except Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act. He blocked it. And the state. He blocked a New Jersey law that allows the state to sue the gun industry because it violates the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act. So he actually defended the Second Amendment there.
Correct. Yeah.
Kim versus Hanlon.
Hanlon.
To me, it looks like an I. So, a case brought by Senate candidate Andy Kim and others challenging the county line, a
Mm-hmm.
ballot design that allowed county party leaders to give preferential ballot placement to endorse primary candidates. Oh, wow. Kudos to him. What
Mm-hmm.
did he say on it? He issued an injunction against the county line, directing clerks to instead print ballots with candidates organized by office in a randomized order. Okay. He also ruled that the Justice and Homeland Security departments of the Trump administration had illegally detained persons under law, which was not applicable, and had failed to inform the courts about the actions taken against women who brought the case. He stated that further detentions using law would likely require sworn testimony by those agencies wishing to apply it. So, since the credibility of the New Jersey district attorney could not no longer be considered reliable. He said that the U.S. Attorney's Office conceded to violating 72 orders issued in immigration habeas cases in this district alone. I actually did not know about that one. That one did not make the news.
No, it didn't.
They admitted they
And
had
this,
violated 72 orders?
right. And that I think leads to the chaos and confusion about what's going on in New Jersey, right?
Yes, it does. So,
So,
yeah. That's why I
and
said
it,
I want
right,
these illegals out, but I want it done properly and
right.
everything by the book. I
So,
don't want people ending up where they shouldn't be.
and I guess in a way, he probably wouldn't have been front and center on my radar. Well, I probably would have categorized him headwise as Muslim or some other than Christian or
Well, even if he is
well, not
Muslim,
not
he's
even not even Christian. Let's just say white, black, Hispanic, Indian, whatever. He would have been somewhere else, you know, Middle Eastern, you know, whatever. I would have automatically went there. Now, given that his rulings that we see appear to be
quite
legit,
fair.
my next question would be, why is it that he has to be identified as Muslim? I don't remember seeing the other judges, the white judges that are activists that we called out, saying, oh, here's a Jewish judge, here's a Christian judge, here's a whatever judge.
Well,
Why are
because they're
we,
trying to paint him in a bad light.
right?
That would be the
Go see
only
daddy.
reason to do it.
Mm-hmm. Go see daddy. Go.
But the people trying to paint him in a bad light didn't bother reading anything
Mm-hmm.
except the headlines and maybe a couple of sentences.
I have to get up and go turn the light on because he's afraid of the dark.
That's
Well, he's not
funny.
afraid.
It's oh no, he's got eyesight problems, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's blind in one eye, so
Yep.
now, and I don't know what's going on with the other eye, but he has to go out and come on, let's go see daddy. All right, Crazy B, what do you got up next? And if you'd wouldn't mind reading it or handling it, come on.
She is definitely from India. Charat. Oh my god, I can't today. My mouth is too dry.
I said Chowdhury.
It is Chowdhury. Yes, Chowdhury. Thank you. My mouth is really freaking dry. Chowdhury. And she is a New Jersey Muslim lawyers. She is from the New Jersey Muslims Lawyers Association. Judge.
Go on the live.
Judge Quasi Chowdhury's transition to the bench embodies the resilience and promise of our community. Her career reflects a profound commitment to justice, including her work enforcing the New Jersey law against discrimination and ensuring federal civil rights compliance during her 10 years. At the New Jersey Division on Civil Rights and the U.S. Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights. As a dedicated public advocate, she has handled significant cases involving discrimination based on national origin, religion, and other protected characteristics, while developing proactive policy strategies to protect vulnerable communities across the state. Her appointment enriches the judiciary and serves as an inspiration for the next generation of diverse legal professionals. She was sworn in on January 22nd, 2026 by Justice Rachel Weiner Apter, who served as director during Judge Quasi's time at New York's Division on Civil Rights. For the ceremony, Judge Chowdhury used the Quran she received from her family in high school. Well, if she's swearing by that, she better stick to it.
Well, see, that's okay. And the reason that she is brought up is because when I looked at the judge and I did the background check on him and found that there was the New Jersey Muslim Attorneys Association, that's when I went, I didn't know that we were categorizing people by their religion. So he happened to pop up next. He is the second Muslim that is in office. And again, as long as they're following the Constitution, but why did she swear on the Quran?
Why do we make people swear on the Bible if they're not Christian?
Correct.
It doesn't mean anything if they do.
Exactly.
So I don't know the answer to it. I don't know if it's even legal. I don't know where any of that stands because of our freedom of religion laws.
Right.
And so, I mean, I guess it's going to be how does she do in the future to really give us an idea. But let's think about this also. If they were truly following deep Muslim beliefs, she would not be a judge and she would not be sitting there without a hijab or a burqa.
True.
We're just going to point that out.
Right.
Now, is she possibly a young activist who hasn't been fucked over by the world enough yet? Very likely.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. I don't know. So but the fact that she's not in traditional Muslim garb and the fact that her family let her says a lot.
Right. So all it is I'm just pointing out that, I saw one thing, it led to this.
Mm-hmm.
And then after seeing this, I was like, okay, if there's a Muslim association, what do we have up next, Crazy B?
We actually have their webpage.
Okay. And this talks about basically they advocate, but I really didn't go into detail about exactly what they were, Crazy B. So do they have an about page of what they do?
They do.
Okay.
It's a volunteer association.
Okay.
If anything
lawyers,
pops out to you.
Yeah, it's lawyers, judges, and law students who work or reside in New Jersey. They were established in 2006 to advance the goals, needs, and interests of Muslims attorneys working in New Jersey. See,
her family violated all of the Muslim teachings by letting her, one, go to school to be a lawyer, and two, be seen in public without her head covered.
Well, see, what concerns me is what are the goals, what are their needs, and what are their interests?
Well, this is where you would have
Why?
to try to get public records for who funds them,
Exactly. Yep.
and then that will
So,
tell you what the interests really are.
yes. So they hope to promote Muslim participation in public service and to address issues affecting local and national community. They collaborate with other bar associations and organizations to serve both their members and the greater community. So again, it just led me to, I was surprised that I just didn't expect that we had religious components. So after I saw this, then I went, okay, are you being Islamophobic? Let's go look at, and what do we have next, Crazy B? Okay,
Yep.
so the question was, are there Christian attorney associations? And the answer is yes, to which I was surprised. I really had no idea. So
Mm-hmm.
we have the Center for Law and Religious Freedom. We have the Attorney Ministries. We have Christian Legal Aid. And we have Law Student Ministries. Now, I have not gone through and looked at these to see what they advocate for. Crazy B, if you want to click on one of them and see, I mean, they do say what they stand for.
Oh my God, go away. Here it is.
Okay.
Christian Legal Society. Religious Freedom and Life.
Oh, it's the nation's oldest religious
Mm-hmm.
freedom advocacy ministry.
Do they
Okay.
have an about page? Yes.
Okay.
Who we are. Oh, they even present their annual finance reports.
Well,
Um,
yeah, go ahead. In
oh,
the
I was,
witness of,
sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. Is the witness of Christianity and America's legal system in danger of elimination? Is a community of Christian legal professionals necessary for our legal system to thrive? Is justice as widely accessible as our faith would compel us to provide? We live in a nation that has moved into a post-Christian, post-truth cultural era. Those shifts mean that any common or traditional understanding of the laws that govern our states and our nation are no longer shared. They are being challenged every day. Only licensed legal professionals are able to practice law, provide legal counsel, and litigate on behalf of justice and the rule of law. And they've been in place since 1961.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just surprised. And their objectives are to proclaim Jesus as Lord through all we do, defend the religious freedom of all Americans through the legislatures and courts, defend the religious freedom of students to gather on their campuses as Christian organizations, promote justice for the poor, the sanctity of human life, and biblical conflict resolution, and encourage Christian attorneys to view law as ministry and integrate faith with their legal practice. Provide Christian attorneys a means of society and fellowship. Encourage professors and students, have a forum, and to serve the poor and needy. I was surprised. I truly
Uh-huh.
was. That
But what
they're,
it does not surprise me one bit, because of course they're going to look to make sure they have backup for representation, because we do live in a country where freedom of religion exists and each religion has the right to practice as long as it's under the lawful means, right?
Right.
So they just all keep each other in check, or what? That's kind of the way it's supposed to be. Why should there only be a Christian one? Why can't we represent the Jewish people? Why can't we? We have Native American legal associations that help with tribal
Mm-hmm.
laws for on the reservations and
Mm-hmm.
outside of the reservations. We have the NAACP. Or well, no, what's the one that no NAACP is colleges. What's the one that works for the black communities to make sure they since civil rights? The at
NAACP.
oh, it is the NAACP. I thought it was that was the college. No, they fund the college sports. My bad. So we have all these organizations. Why wouldn't there be a Christian one? Why is
Right.
I wouldn't be so shocked
Why
if there's a
isn't there?
Hindu one.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I didn't look that up, and I didn't. We laughed. We know there's probably numerous Jewish ones that we didn't even need to do a search on, but it 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 just was an eye opener, I guess,
Well, it's good to
because
know.
when I think of legal and I'm looking for an attorney, I've never thought to ask, and I don't recall looking in the yellow pages, which is pretty much extinct, but I don't recall seeing we're Christian or we're Jewish or we're Muslim. I'm sure it's out there, right? I'm sure if I wanted to, I could Google, I want an attorney who is of Christian beliefs. I'm sure that I would get that.
Mm-hmm.
But it
And
was something
here's the
I
thing:
never
I want the
considered.
best lawyer to defend me. I don't
Yes,
care
what their
anything
background
else.
is. Yeah.
I just
Same
want the
way we
best
talk.
lawyer to defend me.
Yeah. And we said the same thing about our doctors, right?
Yeah.
So, how many doctors can I not pronounce their name correctly?
Well, I read you my doctor's name today, but what did I
Right.
say?
Yep.
One of the
I know.
best I've ever had. Actually,
Yes.
actually three of my doctors now, who are not born in America, but came here, became board licensed because it was before the Biden bullshit,
Mm
and were some of the best doctors I've ever had take care of me.
hmm. Mm hmm.
They are compassionate, they are caring, they are truly trying to just be doctors. You can tell you are not a rubber stamp number on a page. You're not a
Right.
paycheck just coming in. Who cares about
Right.
anything else? I saw him move on. Who gives a shit? No, I've
Right.
literally got doctors who are taking my care to a level that most providers don't.
Right.
And I've been in the big city and I have walked out of doctors' offices and
So,
refused to go back at all
so
costs.
yep.
So yeah, I'll take a doctor with piercings and dyed hair as long as they know
Right.
what the hell they're doing.
Yep.
I'm sorry. People used to have a fit about doctors with tattoos. What does
Uh-huh.
that even matter? I remember seeing a picture of a doctor. He also liked to be a biker. He liked his motorcycles, his Harleys. And he was they did an article on him in one of those medical magazine things, and he when he was in his lab coat, he looks professional. The second he took it off and put on on the
He was in
leathers,
biker mode. That he'd be one of the ones that you were saying we would be judging some kind of way, going, I
because
think we'll stay
of
away from him. Yep. Yep.
associations.
Right.
And those
Correct.
associations can save our lives, but they can also hinder us. We have
Yeah.
to be careful how quickly we jump to them and learn
Right.
to control some of it. Obviously, red to black on a snake, get the hell out of there.
Right.
Black, red to yellow, you're good.
Uh-huh.
So it really, you got to pay attention too. Otherwise, you're running from a snake that's absolutely awesome to watch.
Right.
So yeah, there's some, like I said, I've always had fun with it. Art says when rushed to the ER an inch from death, doctors do what they can, what the guy on who graduated top of his class or the guy who checked all the right boxes on the way to his current job.
Right.
I would prefer the one who was. He don't even got to be top of his class. He could be middle of his class. I'll take it. because you
As
passed
long as,
knowing
yeah,
what you're doing.
right.
That's all I care about. Do you know what you are doing? Because I've went to a doctor's office and I actually had to report the MAs. They put the blood pressure cuff on, but then they put the stethoscope on my bicep. That is completely useless for getting my blood pressure.
Right.
The doctor retook it, and I told him he might want to train her a little bit more or observe her and maybe give some corrections. Not fire her. I never once said the words fire her. She don't know what she's doing. I said you might want to just monitor her, maybe retrain her. And he said, thank you for letting me know. I don't know how many blood pressures she's taken since she's been here. So they're paying attention more.
Right.
You just look out. You don't try to cut someone down because they didn't know what they were doing. You try to encourage them to do better. And that's my way of doing things. I saw
Right.
students who were struggling in my classes for MA. I would go out of my way to help them because I understood it better. And quite a few of the girls ended up with passing grades with actual understanding because I helped them the extra few steps, the extra practice on me. So that's just the way I've always seen it. I'm not going to just give you a leg up because you're this, that, or the other. You really want to do this. You need this job. Let's get it right.
Yep.
Why not go out of your way to help?
Couldn't agree more. All right. So then it was Christian that I said, and then I went, okay, let's see. Let's take a look at other religions. And what popped up in that?
The Christian Legal Association, the Alliance Defending Freedom, which is through Blackstone.
And I don't know who's Blackstone. I don't know who they are.
We'll take a look into that. The Catholic Bar Association.
Okay.
And Judeo-Christian Heritage. Okay. Faith-based support.
Yeah, there's a couple that were over in the UK.
Yep. Ecclesiastical canon law specialist.
Yeah.
Let's scroll down past
out of curiosity. Yeah, out of curiosity, Crazy Bee, can you do a quick search and see if there's a Black Lawyers Association?
Oh, I put money on it. Hold on. African American. Yep.
Okay.
A version of the NBA, National Bar Association, was founded in 1925. It is the oldest and largest organization predominantly African American lawyers, judges, and educators. Then there's the National Black Lawyers, National Conference of Black Lawyers, African American Lawyers Section of Texas, Napier Lobby Bar Association, based in Nashville, Tennessee, is a black focusing on development of black legal professionals.
So just go take African American out and let's hit Jewish and let's just see.
Okay. American Association of Jewish Lawyers and Jurists. Top of the list. International Association of Jewish Lawyers and Jurists. American Association of them again. Here's another one. American Nope, that's the same one. Yeah, they're widespread across America. I'm curious, when did they get founded? I'm really curious. You know me.
I know. I can't. I'm telling you, this is how shit happens. You wonder why I go down these frickin' paths.
Let's see. When were they founded? Our history. They are about human rights, blah, 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 in 1969.
Well, There you
Some
go.
of these have been around for a very long time.
So,
Now I'm curious about Hindus. Hold on. I want to, because I was sarcastic. I wonder if there's a
right.
Buddhist Lawyers Association.
There you go.
Hold on.
I would venture to say there has to be, right?
Yes, there is a Hindus Lawyers
Uh-huh.
Association.
Yep. Yep.
I'm really curious about Buddhists. Hold on. Buddhist AmericanBuddha.com. Nope. Buddhist Lawyers Association. Yep.
Yep.
There's
So,
one in Sri Lanka. Let me see about a Buddhist American. Let's get it narrowed down. There isn't a singular formal Buddhist American Lawyers Association. There are major national bar associations. There are networks and academics. Wow. So there are Buddhist lawyers practicing Buddhist practice and American law. Evidently, there is not a Buddhist and comparative constitutional law through the
right.
Bar Association. There is a website for BuddhaLawyers.org, a nonprofit consulting group of retired and semi-retired attorneys, paralegals, and legal professionals who have stepped away from profit-driven and are now helping people.
So, it's
They're
interesting.
the only ones out.
Right. So, it's interesting, though, when we talk about race in America. Why can't they be one group fighting and advocating for attorneys? And again, when we're supposed to be following the laws of the nation, you would, I don't know. Like I
Well,
said,
I mean, I don't see how any of these are still disregarding the Constitution.
no, I
Some
don't
of them
either.
might be
That's,
biased, but
yes,
who isn't
that's
biased?
right. And that would be the issue that I would have, that I would be very curious to know how some of these organizations operate, what they do, things of that nature. But we don't have the time to invest. We're not investigative journalists. We don't have a staff at our hands to say, you go look at this, get me that. You know, we don't, you wouldn't do that, have that. So
I
this
wish,
is,
but
yeah,
we would
that's
need at
why.
least a staff of 30 to pull off a lot of the things we want to do.
Exactly. And we're not even making one penny, so that's not going to get us anywhere.
Yeah, I can't
Uh,
afford to pay anyone.
right. So we can't afford to pay ourselves. What are you talking about?
Well, that's why
Uh,
I do it out of my
yeah,
free time and my free will.
right. Well, we're in the negatives. We're down like
I'm
what?
working on that too.
I know we both are. We're down $500-600. So, uh, but it just was an interesting lesson, I guess, for me. It was an interesting rabbit hole to go into, that how one thing led to another, not even knowing that all of this existed in the country.
Hmm. I mean, how often do you hear promotions for the Christian Legal Society? I've never heard of it,
Either have
even
I.
though it was founded in 1961.
Yeah. Like, where are they? You know what I mean? Where are they advertising? Where are they
I've
advocating?
gone
What,
to church with lawyers who I've never heard talk about it.
right. And like I said, we've had attorneys in the past, and I've never once considered religion as a possibility to the attorney that I was hiring.
Because their job is not to be an activist, their job is to be a lawyer or attorney or judge. They're not
Thank
supposed to combine it. Like how I can separate my religious beliefs from my work beliefs, and I can sit there and critically look at it from the outside and
Right.
critically, scrutinize my own religious beliefs. It keeps me from being an extremist, I'll tell you that. But
Right.
I was able to differentiate in this kind of stuff and just put it all to the side and do what I need to do because that's
Right.
what I get paid to do. My religious
Yep.
beliefs are mine for my personal time.
Right.
So, I mean,
Is
I've
that
always been able to do that. I know some people can't, but I absolutely can separate when I need to. I
right? Is that
compartmentalize my brain.
is that the end of all the religious stuff?
Um, yes.
Okay, so we're at actually 9:03, and guess what, people? I think for the first time since we ever started, other than some deep dive kind of things, we actually got accomplished the entire uh
Goal
plan.
for the day.
Yes, we did. Yay!
Let me make sure I
Yay!
didn't accidentally put too much over into the show notes and I can remove them.
Yay! Rex Sisters did it! Yay! We stayed on point! Yay!
Okay, I need to carry over a few more things from the show notes that I believe I did not carry over because I
And
didn't
as a
think we were going to
yeah,
get that far.
and as a
Um,
reminder, I'm not sure if Crazy Bees worked on the yes or no, the yes button.
oh fuck! God, before we hang up, remind me to do it before we
Okay,
hang up after this, cause
okay,
my silly butt got distracted by family and other chaos.
okay. And so we're going to have a giveaway for our 1 year anniversary. You have to be part of the Discord to join or to sign up for the giveaway. So that'll be forthcoming. Hopefully, it'll be set up by tomorrow.
Well, it'll be set
And
up as soon before we hang up tonight.
okay, according to Crazy Bee. So
You're gonna
take a look
stay on
for
there and talk. You're gonna stay on there till I'm done.
that. Okay. And everybody, thank you for joining Rex Sisters. We appreciate you. Everybody that's in the chat, as always, thank you for your comments, your input. We appreciate your
Yes.
support. We appreciate everything you have to say. And the majority of you are already in the Discord. If you haven't joined, please do so. Conversations continue on after the shows end, and you can meet some pretty cool people there.
And it's not
Uh,
always political conversations. Sometimes there are some wild ones, and sometimes hey, the memes channel can definitely start some conversations.
exactly. That we have music is available, so
Share your favorite
it's
music for others to enjoy.
great, right? So it's just not all political.
Yep.
So please, again, don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. With that, don't forget tomorrow is Thursday. We will be live at 3 p.m. And just forewarned, the baby will be here. And if pray, please, everybody pray for me because we do not want him being like he was today.
Oh
So
God. Yeah, he was a handful to you today.
that's putting it mildly. And so we will have him from 3 to 5 tomorrow with us. And expect me to be crazed. That's all I'm saying. He's,
Well, yeah.
yeah, it's, yeah. I might have to tie him up and throw him outside. I don't know. But I think he's getting sick and he's not feeling good. And I've never seen a more whiny child in my life. In fact, he was so bad and out of control that I had to call his mother early to come and get him because I could not stand him. And remember, I'm recovering from surgery, which was then I realized why I felt so bad and I was kind of short with him. But yeah, when you're up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down,
And you're not supposed to be up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down.
exactly. So he was a pistol today, to put it mildly.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have stronger language for him, but we'll reserve that. I did tell him he had till Sunday when he turns 1, that then he's done being a baby and he's got to move on. So we'll see. We'll see how that
Yeah.
goes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy B was on the phone. She was on the phone. She called me, and
I think
I'm
the
trying
first that I heard is, "Lay still, I gotta wipe your butt."
yeah.
No, you're getting it everywhere.
Oh my God, it was a handful today. Anyway,
Uh,
uh,
I'm going to request prayers from everybody. I started the disability process with the application, and God, I hate our government. How many hours did you kneel? Well, each day at work. How many hours did you stoop at work? How many hours did you grip small things with your fingers at work? Motherfucker, I was drawing blood on elderly people in their homes. What do you think? I have the answers in my head, but they have it narrowed down to 15-minute increments and hours.
yep.
So,
They want
yeah,
to know.
fuck
Yep.
them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in the process. And my new glasses will be here tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to see the screens better. Fingers crossed.
As
Knocking
long as
on
you
wood.
get her pluses and minuses right, we'll be okay, people.
I have them right this time. I triple checked before I sent it.
Okay.
God, I felt stupid. Write prescriptions all day long about patients' eyes, and what do? I fuck up my own. Yeah.
You gotta love it. We all do stupid things.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
we all.
Absolutely.
It
And
ain't
so,
gonna. Trust me, it ain't gonna be the last thing you do.
oh, I know it won't. And that's why I'm going to have to just start trusting others to do it for me.
Yeah.
Because at this
I
point,
I did something stupid that I'm not gonna disclose, and I'm telling you, I berated myself for 2 days, and finally I had to say, just stop, just stop. Just stop beating yourself up. It's done. It's over with. You can't change it. Just stop. Yeah. You have to have a talk. And if that doesn't work, call a friend and a friend will smack you in the face. So. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's one of those things that we all are notorious for doing. So prayers that
Yep.
they won't give me the 9th degree beyond the application, and they don't give me hell, and they don't make me go see their doctor to prove that I'm not lying, and that the 3 different pain doctors and various other professionals who have seen me over the years aren't lying, along with all of their MRIs, CT scans, EMGs, and all that other shit and blood work.
I hate to tell you, you will be going to see their doctor. So.
I've had times, I've heard, I know there's times that they don't, but I'm just fingers crossed and be
Mhm.
praying, because I
Yeah.
really hate going and dealing with their doctors. Aren't horrible. It's just I have no choice but to take the date and time that Social Security sends you. You cannot negotiate it. Unless
Well,
you
you'll know.
are in the hospital, you cannot negotiate it.
So when you get that date, you just know that you need to make sure your ride is available. That's all.
Who gives a shit about the ride? My problem is am I going to be able to walk?
Well, all the more reason to go in dragging yourself in there.
Am I
You know
even
what I
going to be able to pull this off physically with the spasms? Am I going to be vomiting on their floor?
all That'll
Yeah.
be more proof that you need disability.
Yeah, I know, but we're just going to pray I can survive it without having to go to the ER, because I don't know where their doctor is going to be located. I know it's supposed to be nearby, as close to
Right,
you as possible, but sometimes that don't happen.
right.
So
Yeah, you
I
don't.
don't know if it's going to be an hour drive, because that day their doctor's actually over in this town an hour away, but still considered the region, because I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere, Kentucky.
Right.
So there's that.
All right. Well, everybody, we're going to pray that all the positives that she needs to move forward on her application is successful.
Unhindered.
And, yep, unhindered, and we'll get through it. All right. With that being said, we got to go because I
Yep.
got to hold her hand to the fire to get this
I keep
little
forgetting because everybody distracts me, so I need the focus.
yes or no button. So we're going to go do that right now. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good night.
Y'all stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. I'll catch y'all tomorrow or whenever we get back. We'll see.
Good night.